Hi everyone, my name's Jennifer Cross and I am here with Dixie Andelin Forsyth for a feminine moment. And we have a great topic this week on our official closed Facebook group coming in about, the most fascinating way to deal with a complaining husband or people who complain in general, and how do you not let that bring you down? Can you help us out?
Yeah.
Okay.
I thought that was an interesting comment. And this falls perfectly under understanding men. Because some people, including myself, sometimes if something happens, they need to vent. And some of our women on here say, hey, I need to vent for a minute. And he may feel safe enough to vent a lot to you. I'll bet he doesn't vent to everybody. But he doesn't vent at work all over the place. He may feel safe enough to do that. Now, that can get really trying at times, right? So what do? You you put on your understanding, oh, he needs me to understand him hat. and what you can do, as I know it can kind of bring you down. Our challenge is to try to stay up here and not let us pull. And if it pulls you down, it's not really his fault, because nobody can make you go down. I know it's really hard. It's really hard sometimes, because have you ever seen, I know, Jenny, you and I like to watch crime shows. Some of you may like.
You know I have. So
I know, I like crime shows. I like to learn how they solve these things. But Have you ever seen a crime show or something where the man is beating his wife or trying to kill her and says, why are you making me do this? And I think she's not making him do it. We say, you made me mad. If others had that kind of power over us, they could also snap their fingers and say, I'm making you happy too. And we all know that we can't do that. So if we take personal responsibility for what can I do, why is he complaining? It's anger, it's frustration. What are the emotions behind complaints?
What are some good things to say to him then? Because I'm always trying to, both my husband and I work from home. So I hear the frustration every day. He'll come up and vent to me, and I'll say things like, tell me more about it, because I am by trade a counselor. So that's what we say. But what would a wife say to not go down into the hole with him?
Get him to talk about his feelings. Like you could say, boy, you sound really frustrated. Or like sometimes Bob likes to vent to me about politics, and that can get very old too. If I think, inside I'm thinking, just don't watch the news.
Yeah, I know.
If you just don't watch the news, but he doesn't want advice. Sometimes people just want to talk and to get it out and to kind of be understood. So when I realize he's venting about politics, he doesn't need me to say, turn off, don't look at the news, or that's obvious. He's smart enough. He can figure that out. It's more like I say, wow, yeah, you're right. Or, yeah, isn't that frustrating? Or, I totally understand. Or, the venting will be shorter if he feels understood.
And sometimes I'll say too, what can I do to help? Is that, I don't know if that.
Well, a lot of times they're just venting. And if he's just venting, it's frustrating, because he thinks, just understand me and hear me, if that's what he's doing. And if you listen and maybe reflect back his feelings, boy, that sounds really frustrating. Yeah, darn right, or those kind of things. And you look
like at the end though, if you said like at the end and he's vented, then you could say, how can I make your day better or something?
Or you could say, is there anything I can do to help?
Yeah.
Is there anything I can do? And if he says no, then your job probably most of the time is to be a sounding board.
Gotcha.
To listen, because you're safe. You're safe. Ideally.
A lot of women, I absorb that negative energy, and it's something I've just had to train myself not to, but I just think women in general, we really can absorb that energy. And
we can, but it helps us if we first think, oh, he's venting. He's venting. If you think of it as, this is understanding men. This is my chance.
It's not
to
complaining, it's venting.
Change the word, venting.
Yeah, he's
complaining, venting, and you may feel yourself being pulled down. Then instead of thinking he's pulling me down, you're allowing yourself to go down, because he can't force you to.
Good
and
point.
if you think, well, it's just so hard, it would help me.
Yeah.
If it does help me when I think he's venting, so I need to do this. It gives me something to do, and I can actually do that. And I think and it's a compliment that he trusts you with those feelings. And if you lecture him about how he's always complaining, he'll feel like he cannot safely vent. Now, that being said, if you mess up,
right,
you can apologize and move on. You can just start over. Start over meaning say, or maybe not with the venting. Say, I'm sorry I got upset with you. I realize that I don't really feel that way. What I feel like is this. I think I understand how this, we don't know anything about what he vented about. I understand how this is really frustrating to you, and that must be really hard for you. I was just having a bad day. Or something where you take the responsibility for allowing yourself to go down. Look, in Fascinating Womanhood, nobody's perfect. Forget trying to be, because you're not going to be. I'm not, nobody is. I think, oh, darn, I shouldn't have done that, or I shouldn't have said that, or I should have said this. That's totally normal. But that's why we're here for everybody, is to help you understand better how to have a better relationship, just like with venting. So you'll understand it, so you can know where to go with it, instead of just, what people do is they hold it in, and they just,
then you blow.
Something really bugs you, and then I can't stand it any longer. Well, that probably wouldn't have happened if she had understood that what she could do, there's something she could do instead of absorbing it. Like my mother talks about the tea kettle.
Yeah.
If you have a tea kettle that doesn't let steam off, I don't know what it would do. It seems like it would explode. But you don't want an explosion, which is what happened. If you let the steam off, which is in this case, she used it for childlike anger, but in this case, you don't let steam off. You keep steam from forming by thinking, this is understanding men. Understanding men trigger, and then you know what to do with it.
Right.
Studied it.
Also, I just want to say, I think women too, if you're at your breaking point, you're not taking care of yourself, you're not talking to your girlfriends and keeping yourself happy and taken care of, that you'll be more likely to blow off steam in return and not be able to. I just think there's that element of have your girlfriends, talk to your girlfriends, talk to someone.
But don't tell them about that.
No, but what I'm saying is, if
about other stuff, because I
don't tell him about that. What I'm saying is that if you have girlfriends to talk to about your own problems, and not that you're complaining, don't complain about your husband to them, but just developing good friendships with women helps you to be able, to be a better sounding board for your husband.
Yeah, you bring up an excellent point, which is maybe this girl exploded because she had too many other issues she was dealing with all at the same time.
Yeah.
And so her ability to handle that was like, I can't, it's the last straw kind of a thing. So, and that's another one where we're not going to get it perfect 100% of the time. But as you practice this more and more, you will not have those, I couldn't stand it, I exploded, now I feel terrible moments.
Yes.
And that's what you want, is to teach yourself enough that you don't just absorb it and deal with it. That's not the point of FW, is to just be able to take all this stuff. Good. You know how to deal with it. And understanding men is perfect for that situation. It's not just some people think accepting him at face value means I just have to be this big sponge to absorb all these things that drive me crazy. There's ways you can deal with this in a charming way that will actually help him feel like you understand.
That is fabulous. Thank you so much. That really is helpful. It's so fun to see you, Dixie. I will talk to you soon.
You too. Talk to you soon.
Everybody watching, please like, comment, and share, and give us your questions. Bye-bye.